threatening me. I'm scared for my life. Oh my God, that's a threat, Tracy. That's a threat. That's a threat.
I threatened to harm her, which I actually did.
Okay, I mean I love you, I'm frontin', the feeling's mutual, but you ain't getting me back, man, you delusional. I should've been left your ass, huh? Oh, that chicken head you fucking with, ass, huh?
What's up, pretty gang? Welcome back to my channel. What's up, pretty gang? Welcome back to my channel. If you ain't gang, you can't hang, and that's on period. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button to become part of the pretty gang today. And that's on period. So let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so as y'all can tell by the title, I'll be telling y'all the story of basically when I threatened my teacher. Basically, according to her, I threatened her. So let's backtrack a little bit. So this took place back in like 7th or 8th grade. I want to say 7th grade. This was 7th grade, right? So there was this math teacher, right? She was just like mean to everybody. Like, she was a real mean teacher. I don't know, every morning she just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like, this lady always came to school hot. Like, she was just mad all the time. So, you know, she basically, nobody liked her, like, at all. Like, her name was Miss Rios. That was a teacher at the time. I don't know if she still works there or whatever, but yeah, nobody liked her because she was just mad rude for no reason. So, and you feel me, like, I feel like I'm not a mean person at all. Like, I may have a smart mouth and stuff like that, but I'm not a mean person. Anyway, so the school I was in at the time, they basically had us categorized by t-shirts. So depending on the color of your t-shirt, they could tell what grade you in and what floor you were supposed to be on. So first floor was 5th graders, second floor was 7th grade, third floor 8th graders, obviously, right? So they was trying to make us stay on our floor, like, no matter what. Like, don't go down to the first floor if you don't belong there. Don't go to the second floor if you don't belong there. You feel me? It's like, so they was really trying to like put us in our place, because a lot of times, you know, we would go down there messing with the other grades, starting drama. They wasn't having that. So you know, if your class wasn't on that floor, you basically should not have been there. And if they catch you there, you would have gotten in trouble, got it right up or whatever. Me and Miss Rios, I had her as my teacher a couple of times because she was a math teacher. And it was weird the way the system was. Like, you had math with like mad teachers. Like, you just kept switching teachers. Like, every, like, I think 45 or 30 minutes, math was like the longest block. It was just weird. I don't know how to explain it to y'all. So I never really had her as a teacher, but I've had her once. I've never really like had an encounter with her to be like, oh, like, I don't like her because, you know, she said this, that, and third. So I just knew that she was mean because she was always yelling at people, always having attitudes with people, yada yada. So I went down. I had got caught on the first floor. I was supposed to be on the second floor. I got caught on the first floor a couple of times by her. And, you know, she was basically telling me like, go upstairs, go upstairs. She was already yelling at me, go upstairs, like, you don't belong here. So okay, so I went upstairs and stuff like that. So it was me and my two best friends, Cheryl and Sheldon. We was always together no matter what. Like, you would never see me without them. You would never see them without me. Like, we was like together. So it was us three, and we had, because we wanted to, all right, so before class, like, you know, people would like to go talk to their friends, hang out with their friends, stuff like that, because we wasn't in the same class, you feel me? So I was like, you know, go ask your teacher to go get some water. I'm gonna ask my teacher, go get some water, and, you know, we can be with each other for a little bit longer before class starts. So that's what they did. They was ask their teacher. Their teacher said, yeah. I went to ask my teacher. I was like, you know, before class starts, can I go get some water? He was like, yeah, no doubt. So I went downstairs to go get some water with my two best friends. The reason why I went downstairs to the water fountain is because I think the water fountain on the second floor wasn't working at the time. So I'm walking downstairs with my two best friends, you know, we laughed it up. We didn't go straight to the water fountain, you know, we was talking to other people, being crazy, whatever. So eventually we was like, you know, it was getting late, you know, people's getting in their classes, doors is closing, you know, we gotta go. So that's when all the teachers really started coming out in the hallways, telling people, like, all the stragglers to like, go to your class, why are you walking around, go to your class, go to your class. So I'm like, yo, let's get this water and let's go back to class. So it was me and my two best friends, Cheryl and Sheldon, and we was walking from the second floor down to the first floor to go get some water by the gym. It was like a little hallway, and then there was a water fountain in that hallway that we was going to. So basically on our way there, right? So we walking down the stairs, literally we didn't even make it to the first floor. We walked down the first flight of stairs. I was halfway on the second flight of stairs, right? And then I guess Miss Rios, she seen me coming downstairs through the door. Like the door was opening because there was kids walking back and forth. She seen me coming downstairs through the door. So she bum rushed herself to the door and she was like, like she was yelling at me. She was like,
like what is you doing? Go back upstairs. Your class not down here. Yada yada.
Like she was just wilding on me. Like she was really yelling at me. So I'm on the stairs, right? And she's at the bottom of the stairs by the door, holding the door open for people to walk as she's yelling at me. So she's like, you don't belong here. Yada yada. Like she's really yelling at me like she's my mother or something. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell her as she's yelling at me, like I'm here to get water. I asked my teacher to get some water. I'm going downstairs to get some water. So she's basically just telling me, oh, no, you're not supposed to get water down here. Go back upstairs. If the water fountain don't work, I don't care. Go back. Like she's just bugging. So Shorty kept yelling at me. She was like, nah, you gotta go back upstairs, yada yada, just yelling at me, right? And as she's yelling at me, I'm trying to tell her that I'm trying to go downstairs to get some water. I have permission to go get water. I didn't have a pass because class didn't technically start yet, but I had permission from my teacher to call him and he'll tell you that he sent me to go down and get some water. So she's just basically yelling at me. So as I wasn't getting disrespectful, I wasn't getting loud, none of that. So basically as she's yelling at me, I'm trying to tell her that, you know, what I'm down here to do. And then out of nowhere, she was just like,
no, shut up.
What?
I was like, I stopped for a minute. I was like, hold on. Shut up. Like, who are you talking to? So I don't know what it was, but my mood went from 0 to 1,000 in a blink of an eye. I just got so mad. And mind you, I'm still on the steps. I did not move from the steps to go downstairs. She's still by the door yelling at me. She told me to shut up. I'm like, bro, like who was she bro, yo. At this point, like I started screaming back at her, like I'm not holding nothing back. I'm not holding my tongue or nothing. I was like,
shut the up. Like who was you talking to? Don't tell me to shut up. Blah blah blah.
And mind you, my music teacher was right behind her watching the whole thing. He wasn't even saying nothing. He was just standing there watching. So I started getting real loud. I'm like, who was you talking to? Like, don't tell me to shut up. Like, you're not my mother, da da da. So I'm over here, I'm at the steps yelling back at her. So now we arguing, right? So now we're arguing over some water. So yeah, now we look like two dummies arguing over water in the staircase. Like, you could just let me get my water and I'll go back to class. So, but she took it to a different level. So she's telling me to shut up. So I'm over here, I'm yelling at her. I'm like, shut up. Like, don't be talking to me like that. Like, you're not my mother. You're not my sister. You're not my aunt. Like, you are nobody. You a teacher in a school. Like, who are you talking to? So after that, you know, I was so, like, in the heat of the moment. So after I told her to shut up, I was like,
I'll come downstairs and I'll smack the shit out of you right now.
And then she was basically standing there like, oh,
you threatening me? I'm scared for my life. Oh my God, that's a threat, Tracy. That's a threat.
And I'm like, I don't care. So she was like, that's a threat. And then that's when my music teacher came. After he heard me say that, he came to like tell me, all right, calm down, go back to class. So my best friends was standing right in the back of me watching the whole thing. He was standing there watching the whole thing. He came to me, he was like, go back to class. And she was like,
oh, that's a threat. I'm reporting you. I'm like, I don't care. You can do what you want. Like, I don't care.
So I'm mad as hell going back to my class. We still yelling in the staircase as we're walking away from each other. And mind you, I know I might have been wrong for saying all that or whatever, but I was so mad in the heat of the moment. Like, oh, if she was literally in my face, I feel like I honestly would have swung at her. I know she's an adult, she was older, stuff like that. But if she was in my face, I would have swung first. My music teacher he put me to the side. He asked me what happened. I told him what happened. He was like, yeah, you know, I seen that, but blah, 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 go to class, whatever. So I went to class, you know, I told my other friends what happened. And that was really it at the end of the day. She said she was gonna report me. I never got called to the office or nothing like that. So, you know, I thought it is what it is. Like, it's over. So the day go by or whatever, and I get home, right? So I got home, and then my mother, she come to me and she was like,
So what happened in school today?
I'm like, Nothing. Like, what did you talking about? Like, nothing. So my mother, she was like, my mom was like,
I'm gonna give you one last chance to tell me what happened in school today.
so I'm like, damn, like they probably called my house, but they didn't call me down to the office, nothing. Like they just gonna call my mother and snitch on me, like damn. So I was low-key scared to tell her. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared because I wasn't scared to tell her really about what happened, because I do feel like I was right. Even to this day, I feel like I was still in the right. So I was mostly just afraid to tell her that I cursed, because you know, I was in 7th grade, I wasn't supposed to be doing all that cussing and stuff like that. So she was basically asking me what happened. I told her what happened, and she was like, you know, tell me word for word what you said. So I told her what I said and stuff like that. And so basically what they was trying to say was I couldn't come back to school until my parents came down and have like this little conference with the teacher to find out what happened, and I guess how could we do better in the future, whatever. So we set that up. My parents came and stuff like that. Y'all, tell me why my teacher had the nerve. She was so like, yo, she was going on. My mom was going off. She was like, she's a kid, you can't be telling her to shut up, yada yada. And at first my teacher was basically trying to defend herself, but then out of nowhere she kept switching her story. Then basically she was just trying to say like, oh, I never said that, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Like, she was really trying to lie on me. She was like, okay, like that was the final story that she stuck with. She was like, I never said that, she's lying, I never told her to shut up, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, what? So you just calling me crazy, I'm just making stuff up? Like, I don't even know you like that. Like, you're not even my actual teacher. I don't have no classes with you. I haven't had classes with you. I had you one time and that was about it. So she was basically just trying to say that, oh, she never said anything. No, she didn't say that she didn't say anything. She said that she didn't tell me to shut up. And I'm like, ask my music teacher, because he was right there. I have mad witnesses. There was mad kids in the stairwell. The teacher was right behind you watching you. And they was like, they would check the cameras, but the camera doesn't record audio. I'm like, of course the camera don't record audio. The one thing that could back me up, of course, it don't work. And we tried to call the music teacher down. For some reason he never came or whatever. So I'm like, all right, so now I look like the crazy one. I look like the one that's lying, of course. So she was trying to say that she never said that, and then I threatened to harm her, which I actually did. But to me it wasn't a threat. I mean, it is a threat, but at the moment, like, I didn't care. Like, I don't know, I feel like if she was in front of my face, I probably would have swung on her. But for like, I don't know, like, I don't do well when I get mad. Like, I just don't think, I just do. I did admit to that. And you know, basically if my parents never came up to the school to have that little conference, I would have got suspended. But that was really it. After that, to be honest, they was just telling me, okay, you stay away from her, she gonna stay away from you, don't talk to each other, none of that. And after that, really, we just, because like I said, she was never my teacher. She was just a teacher in the school. She was a math teacher, but she was never my teacher. So it was like, I was never really gonna come in contact with her again, period. So, I mean, that was it after that. She lied, but I still didn't get in trouble. I think she got in trouble though. I think they did write her up or something like that. She didn't get fired, but I think she did get in trouble. And that was basically it. So that's it for the story time. You know, I thought it was real interesting, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you know, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I gotta tell y'all this story. So if y'all liked it, give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And if y'all want more story times like this, let me know. Like, I got so many story times, and my life is really crazy. Like, when I was younger, I mean, I do still get in a lot of trouble, but like, I was getting in a lot of trouble when I was younger. I have story times. I was getting in trouble in school, outside of school. So I got in trouble with my parents. Like, there's so many story times. Like, if y'all want to see more story times, I'm just give it to y'all. Y'all don't gotta ask me. I'm just give it to y'all. So anyways, that's the end of it for this video. How my teacher basically said I threatened her, whatever. When, I mean, do y'all think it was a threat? Like, I don't think it was that serious. Like, you wasn't scared for your life. Like, I was in 7th grade. Like, girl, you would have been fine. Even if I did put my hands on you, you would have been fine. Like, I would have, like, come on, you dragging it. But anyway, that's it for this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.
Michael, Mr. Ride motorcycle, tick bigger than a tower. I ain't